Hi friends, it's Miss Kara here. I miss y'all so much. I've been thinking about y'all and praying for y'all and all of your families. I hope that you are washing your hands and staying safe and finding fun things to do at home. And I have raided my recycle box to find some things that I think you might have at home to make a craft. I know a lot of the classes this week or last week, right before spring break, their letter was R is for reptile. So we are going to use an egg carton, and we're going to use some lightweight cardboard that I found in our recycle box. But you guys can use whatever you find. You could also use newspaper, or some of the ads that are a little bit thicker would really work because you're going to need it to, some of it to stand up. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make our R is for reptile's mouth, and I'm going to start by cutting this to fit the inside of my egg carton. So I'm going to cut these ends off like this. I'm going to cut this end off, and then I'm going to cut one more side off, and then this guy he's going to be kind of like a lizard, and lizards, you know, like they like to stick their tongue out. They use their tongue to be aware of their surroundings, and it's a really great tool that they use to sense things. So we got to make a place where his tongue is it's gonna stick out. So what we have to do is we have to fold this, and you're just gonna cut here like that. You're gonna need to get mom or dad, or an adult to help you with the scissor part. This part right here, this is the part where the tongues are gonna go. So when you put it in, you're gonna pop that out. And then we're gonna actually glue a tongue on that part right there so that when it opens, it pops out at you. So right now is the point where we're gonna put glue on here and get this glued in. Okay, so now this is gonna require some patience because you're gonna have to let the glue dry. So it's gonna take a few steps. So make sure you're patient and wait. Okay, now we have the inside of the mouth, the reptile's mouth done. The glue has dried. Now it's gonna take some patience. You're gonna have to wait until each component dries or it won't work. So be patient and take it one step at a time. The next step is we're gonna make that tongue that's gonna stick out. So we have traced a tongue out here on another piece of that paperboard. And so now I'm going to, again, get some help from your mom and dad if you need to. Don't get frustrated. Try to practice cutting out the tongue by yourself, but if you need some help, that's okay. I had to have some help too. My daughter, who's filming, she actually traced this out. So she's helping me film, so I'm getting help from her. So get help if you need it, it's okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this tongue and we're gonna glue him right there with our glue. And again, we're gonna have to be patient and let him dry. We might wanna use like a paper clip. I have these like chip clips. So once you put the glue on, you might need to like clip him in place and then let him dry, and then we'll do the next step. Okay, so now we have our silly tongue that's all dry in there. So we are gonna move on, and we are gonna put like some fins on his back, kind of like the way iguanas have that fin that's going down. Ours is gonna be a little bit different, but I think you'll get the idea, but you can do it however you want. But I'm taking another piece of this board. This came from a multi-pack of Kleenex from my recycling, and we're gonna trim this. I'm gonna trim it here. I've drawn a line, and we're gonna trim that. And then we're going to trim out the fins so that he has those fun spikes on his back, like a lot of lizards have. Not all lizards have them, but some of them do, like iguanas. And they have a nice strip of those that goes all the way down their back. So we're gonna make our version of that. And then what we're gonna do is towards the back of the box, the egg carton, we're going to glue this so that our fin will stand up when we're done. Okay, so we have glued our fins, spiny kind of part on our reptile, and we are gonna move on to the eyes now. So I have this cup from the kitchen that I've used, and I'm gonna trace. I'm gonna make 3 parts of the eye. I'm gonna trace this big circle like this, and then we're gonna trim these out. They don't have to be perfect. There are so many circles in your kitchen. If you don't have a cup just like mine, that's okay. I'm sure you have other circles or other cups that you can use to make this larger part of the eye. And then I'm using another piece of newspaper from the recycling, and I've traced a spice that we have to use that as our circle. See how that's a circle, and that's a circle, that's a circle, and that's a circle. I've traced this to make the circles, and now I'm gonna trim them out of my white. I've done it on the white portion. I am making everything from recycling because we don't have a lot of paint at our house, and you might not have a lot of paint at your house. And so you don't have to have paint. This guy's gonna turn out really cute even without paint. You could paint him if you wanted to. You could paint the egg carton and his spiny thing in the back and his tongue and the inside of his mouth if you wanted, but you don't have to. He's still gonna look really good even if you don't have paint. If you had markers or crayons and you wanted to take the time to do that, you could, but you don't have to. He's still gonna turn out cute, I promise. I'm gonna make his eyes really silly. So I've taken this bottle, which is round and round, all these round things that we can trace, and I have traced onto the color here of the cantaloupe and here on the grapes, so that he's gonna have one kind of orangey color eye, and he's gonna have one purpley eye. So he's gonna have silly, mismatched eyes. And what we're gonna do is we are going to glue these together and kind of make a little, like a pupil and the white part, and then we're gonna have a part kind of like the hooded part of the eye. A lot of lizards have, like chameleons, they have this kind of extra part around their eyes. So we're doing that part, and then we're doing the white, and then we're doing the color part. So we're gonna take our glue, and we're gonna glue this guy on here. Dot, dot, not a lot. You don't need much glue. Just one little dot on here. And then you can see how we've made one silly eye. And then we're gonna do it on here. Again, really not a lot of glue, because you don't want it to take a long time to dry, especially since you waited for all these other parts to dry. And now we're going to attach these eyes with more glue. So what you're gonna have to do, and again, you might need help with this, is we're just gonna kind of fold the eye right here so that we can actually attach it to our egg carton to make his silly eyes. So you're gonna fold each eye, gotta make a crease and fold it. Get help if you need to. Maybe somebody can help start it, and then you can finish pinching it. Okay, and then now we're going to glue them on this part of the box. Okay, we're all finished with our reptile. Look at that silly tongue, isn't that great? This was so much fun. I'm so glad I got to do this with y'all today. I just want to remind you that everything here came from my recycle box. You probably have stuff at home, and you need to think of creative ways to use what you already have. You could have used beans. You could have glued beans on the eyes if you wanted to. I'm going to, if you don't have glue, I'm going to include a link in the comments that there's several recipes to make homemade glue. That might be another fun project to do with mom and dad. It's stuff that you probably already have in your kitchen, and you can make up a batch of that homemade glue and practice all your gluing skills. I'm also going to include the link to Pinterest where I found this guy that has all the step-by-step instructions, so you'll have that if you need it. But I hope that you will try to make this or something similar or something from your recycle box, and make sure you post it to this feed so that I can see what you came up with. I love you guys, and I'm praying for y'all, and I can't wait to see you soon.